So what inspired me to start training MMA? I was a bit fat, and I got a bit fat. I was always, well, not thin, but anyways, it was over 25, and I was pushing 80 kilos, and this girl needed an opponent, a ring card girl, and I thought I could fight the ring card girl and lose 10 kilos. So I lost the 10 kilos, and the ring card girl beat the hell out of me. But I've been doing MMA ever since now, so. My nickname, The Curse, it was basically a joke that started between myself and my daughter. Because my opponents kept getting injured. I was supposed to fight this girl named Hannah Blunston, I believe, several years back. And basically, the fight ended up getting canceled. She broke her arm in 2 places, had to have 2 plates and 9 pins put in. It's never been right since, and I felt awful. But then there were a few other women that had to cancel due to injury. So we used to joke that I was cursed. And funny enough, the opponent I was supposed to have on the 11th March at Jules is injured. So they're getting me another opponent now. And also Yana Kunitskaya, who I was supposed to fight in April, is injured. And again, so it's kind of, my daughter was like, oh, the curse. I also really love the fact that it's a euphemism for female menstrual periods. So I just thought it was hilarious. But it's nothing to do with my performance in the ring. The curse generally alludes to the fact that like most of my opponents seem to get injured and my fights get canceled. So I'm obviously cursed. Why do I fight? I think years ago I asked myself that same question, and I think I almost kind of got caught up in worrying about why, and just the fact that I really have no idea. I think for me, fighting keeps me really focused. I have a real phobia about taking tests, so I don't get graded. Occasionally my school will give me an honorary green belt or, a blue belt or something, but I'm really not into testing. And I think for me, a fight is a great way to, test myself. I think a lot of times when I have a lot going on, preparing for a fight for me gives me a really good source of focus. I'm able to kind of clear my head and just focus on the fight. I went through a really ugly divorce last year, and it was brilliant. Maria was kind enough to put a fight my way, and I got to rematch her. And I basically was just able to forget about all the other rubbish, any work problems or anything else, and I just focus on training. So I work really hard for that, and it almost kind of becomes your life or your purpose for a very short period of time. So it's quite finite, and it'll be over. Then you have the fight, and win or lose, I think as long as you're happy with how you performed, I think there's something really satisfying in that. So I enjoy the competition, I enjoy the training aspect of it, I enjoy the physical contact, and I also enjoy a lot of the friendships I've made, with my teammates. So, and I think, for me, it provides a good source of meaning to my life. Well, basically, I was in care from the age of 12 on and off. So I left home, and I was in like foster homes or children's homes. So I kind of moved around a lot, and I took a lot of IQ tests to get out of going to high school. I think I've probably had a grand total of 2 years worth of high school. I've always been a keen reader, and I had a high IQ, which meant I didn't have to go to school as much, or they would just boost me up grades, which was quite nice. I never finished high school. I did about I did 1 semester of community college. I did psychology and public speaking. And then that was it. I think I had my daughter when I was 17. So I basically had to do something to get a good job, or I was going to be working at McDonald's or something for the rest of my life, which was grim. So I basically started a local media and PR company, made a portfolio, and then I basically had a nice enough portfolio. I got in the door with an agency, a marketing agency. I had Timbaland as a client, did really well with it, and then I moved over here and kind of managed to get in on the .com wave. And now I tend to, basically I run departments and I manage teams, and I head up stuff for natural search. I work a lot with algorithms, web coding, and then also like paid search and marketing as well. And then I also do writing, just kind of as a side project. I just finished writing a novel, which I'm still trying to get published, and I make soap as a hobby. I just like to keep busy, really, so I get bored easily. For the UK circuit, obviously I have a tremendous amount of respect for Rosie Sexton. I think she's been a wonderful ambassador for the sport. She's highly intelligent, very competitive, very well-rounded fighter. She does so much in terms of training other women. I'd say some of the other ones, there's Alina Dmitrieva, who she has trained under Rosie for quite a while. And again, I think she does amateur, or she may have just gone pro, but I've worked with her and she's been brilliant. Anna Main, again, Lisa Hygo, Lisa Newton, Diane Berry. I have a lot of respect for all of them as fighters, and they're all the British fighters. that I can think of right now that probably have relatively longer careers or have been around for a little while. I think now there are a lot of newer women coming out, like Helena Martin, Stacey Hayes, Casey Kendall. So there's a whole new group of women that are now starting to train and starting to fight, which is really exciting. My MMA fight record professionally is 3-1-0. So, and I have 2 fights lined up. I have 11th March at Jules in Japan, and then I have 30th April, I believe that's in Geneva, and I think that's a title fight. So, but again, both opponents are just about to be confirmed, but they haven't even been for me yet, so. Oh, I'd really like to thank my sponsors, Cherry Active, who have been with me for the past 2 years now and have been brilliant. I use their supplements constantly, and they're a huge part of my training regime. And also I've just been sponsored by Hayabusa, who've been brilliant as well. So I was really honored, especially since they're like an official UFC sponsor, and they've been sponsoring so many of the UFC fighters. So no, I definitely wanted to say thank you to both my sponsors. I love you guys. And my gym's Concept Fitness, who's also right now sponsoring me and has sponsored my training for my divorce, through my divorce. And Matt and James at Fuzion MMA / Masters Academy, as well as London Fight Factory, who's also helping me train with my coach Olof Ingemarsson. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.